Hello everyone, Carson here, and in this video, I'm going to be solving Wordle number 1208 and New York Times Hard Sudoku for October 9th, 2024. So let's get this video started with Wordle number 1208. I'm going to start with the word music. Alright, got the M green. So I've placed M as the first letter, which was not what I was expecting at all. So after M, it has to be a vowel, right? Because I can't think of any double consonants with M being the first letter. So it's either M-A, M-E, or M-O, and I see metal. I think this is a decent word to go with, because, of course, E and A are vowels, and T and L are some more commonly used consonants. So let's guess metal. Apparently not. So E, T, A, and L are all not part of this word. So it's down to O. M-O. I'm not sure if this word includes a Y. It might. It might include a Y. For example, moody. I think I'm gonna guess moody. Yeah, let's try that. Okay, indeed there is a Y, but the word is not moody, and we know that there are not two O's. There's only one O. So I think these are all the vowels. M-O something something Y. Mummy? It might be mummy. Moggy, moppy, moffy, mobby. All of these seems all of these seem quite weird. Money also seems weird. No, I don't see any other words that work. So I'm just gonna guess mommy. And today's wordle answer is indeed mommy. Okay. Wow. Three M's in this word. You wouldn't expect that. You would not expect a word with three of a certain letter in as a wordle answer. You won't expect that. So I'll actually take a fourth guess. I'll take this result. So yeah, surprisingly, I got no yellows throughout this Wordle puzzle. Um, and I also eliminated a lot of wrong, but commonly used consonants and vowels in the first two guesses. So yeah, after I guessed Moody, the only word I saw was mommy. So that's how I guessed today's Wordle answer in 4 tries. So the answer is mommy. Alright, this is Wordle number 1208. I got it in 4 tries. The answer is mommy. After I'm done with this, let's move on to New York Times Sudoku. Again, today is October 9th, 2024. Let me start the hard difficulty Sudoku for today. These sevens point up and this cell sees another 7. So in block 1, the digit 7 is forced into this cell. The 7 points up and the 7 points right. So in block 5, the digit 7 is forced into column 4. So these sevens, all of these sevens, force the digit 7 into this cell in block 2. These sevens point right, and this cell sees another 7. These 8s point right to force the digit 8 into this cell in block 3. These 8s force the digit 8 into one of these two cells in block 4. These 8s point down, and this cell sees another 8. These 5s force the digit 5 into this cell in block 4, and then these 5s force the digit 5 into one of these two cells in block 5. This 5 points right, and this 5 points up. So in block 3, the digit 5 is forced into row 2. Okay, these 4s point up, and this cell sees another 4. So in block 2, the digit 4 is forced into this cell. This 4 points left, and this 4 points down. So in block 4, the digit 4 is forced into row 4, and then these 4s point right. This 4 points left, and this 4 points down. So in block 7, the digit 4 is forced into row 9, and then these 4s point right. And you may have noticed that these cells and the placement of 4 in these cells form a mini X-wing. So what that means is no matter if 4 goes like this or in the other way, these open cells in block 3 that are in columns 8 and 9 will see these 4s. So the only combinations are 4, 4 like this, which will eliminate 4 from these 3 cells, or 4, 4 in the other way, which also eliminates 4 from these 3 cells. So no matter what, you can't have a 4 in column 8 and 9 in the open cells of that in block 3, because it'll see these 4s down here. So after 4 is eliminated from these cells, with this 4 also pointing in, I can force the digit 4 into this cell in block 3. Or another way to place this 4 is directly looking at column 7. In column 7, 4 is a missing digit, but all the other open cells see another 4. But 4 still has to go somewhere in column 7. So in this column, the digit 4 is forced into this cell, because this is the only open cell in this column available for 4. So, either you spot the mini X-wing formed by these cells, or just by looking at column 7, you'll have the same result of solving this cell as a 4. Yep, it really depends on which method you see first, or which one you prefer to use, but they have the same outcome, which is solving for 4 in this cell. So yeah, I'm just providing you more ways to, uh, using a technique or whatever. Okay, so after 4 occupied the cell, it removed one of the 2 possibilities for 5 in block 3, so I can immediately place the 5. Or you could have just said these 5s, force the digit 5 into this cell in block 3, after I place this 4. So now these 5s point down and this cell sees another 5. So in block 9, the digit 5 is forced into this cell. These 5s force the digit 5 into one of these 2 cells in block 2. The missing digits of block 3 are 1, 2, and 6. This cell sees a 6, 1, 2, 6, 1, 1, 6, 1, 2, 6, 1, 2 cannot contain 6. So because in block 3 this cell sees 6, so it is forced into row 3 in this block. So 6 is here, and this 6 points left, and this cell sees another 6. This 9 points left, so in block 1, the digit 9 is forced into row 2. Okay, these 3s point down to force the digit 3 into this cell in block 9. Okay, I do notice that this cell, okay, I'll just say it this way. The missing digits of block 7 are 2, 3, 4, and 9. So 2, 3, 4, and 9 have to go into these 4 open cells in block 7. But this cell sees 2, 3, and 4. So this cell cannot contain these 3 digits, so 2, 3, and 4 must go in the other 3 open cells, making this cell a 9. Because I still have to put 1 digit into this cell, and it can't be anything. It can't be any other digit apart from 9. So, because 9 is the only digit that can go into this cell, I must make this cell a 9. Because we don't want empty cells. We cannot leave cells empty. So this has to be a 9. 9 in this cell is now eliminated. I can force the digit 9 into this cell in block 1. And then these 9s force the digit 9 into one of these 2 cells in block 2. Okay, this 2 points up. Sorry, I don't know why this 5 is placed. I mean, it's marked. Okay, this 2 points up, and after 9 is placed into this cell, I can force the digit 2 into row 1 in block 1. So 2's here, points right, and this 2 points up. So in block 2, the digit 2 is forced into one of these 2 cells only. And we have a 2-9 pair, because in block 2, 2 and 9 are missing digits, and these 2's and 9's force both 2 and 9 into these 2 cells only. So in order to fit both of these 2 digits into block 2, the only combinations are 2-9 or 9-2. This 2-9 pair eliminates all other digits from these 2 cells because they are reserved for 2 and 9. We can't have other digits into these 2 cells because, it's either 2-9 or 9-2. They can only go into these 2 cells, which make the other 3 open cells in this block a 1-3-5 triple. Okay, because 2 is guaranteed to go into one of these 2 cells that are both in row 3, I can eliminate 2 from this cell. No matter if 2 goes here or here, this cell sees both of them. So I can eliminate 2 from this cell. So in block 3, the digit 2 is forced into this cell. This cell is 1 or 3 for this row. Okay, so yeah, I was just looking at row 7. I was thinking about the missing digits, and this cell ends up being a single. So let's first mark down all digits 1 through 9 and eliminate the ones that this cell cannot contain one by one. So this cell sees 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So the only digit that the cell does not see is 2. So I have to put 2 into this cell. Because in Sudoku, we cannot leave cells empty. We cannot have empty cells. So we must put 1 digit into every cell. And this cell cannot contain 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the only digit that can go into this cell is 2. So I must put a 2 into this cell, because no other digit can go into this cell. If I don't put a 2 into this cell, it would end up being empty. So I have to make this cell a 2. Which eliminates 2 from this cell, placing the 9 and 2. These 9s force the digit 9 into one of these 2 cells in block 8. Alright, let's continue to fill out row 7. Oh, okay, so 7 is a missing digit of row 7, but these 2 open cells see another 7. So in row 7, the digit 7 is forced into this cell, because it still needs to go somewhere, and cannot go into the other 2 cells. So this cell is the only cell available for 7 in this row. Okay, row 7 is still missing 1 and 8, so let's mark that down. The missing digits of row 6 are 3, 4, 6, and 9. This cell sees 4, so it's 3, 6, 9. This cell sees 4, so it's also 3, 6, or 9. These 2 cells see 3, and in addition to that, this cell also sees 9. So it's 4, 6, 9, and 4, 6. Column 7 is missing 1, 6, and 7. Alright, in column 9, the missing digits are 1, 4, 6, and 8. This cell sees 1, so it's 4, 6, 8. I won't mark this cell. This cell is 4, 6, and this cell sees 4, so it's 1, 6, 8. Oh, sorry, this cell sees 8, so I will mark that down. It's 1, 4, 6. Hmm. Um, Sorry. Give me a moment to see what what needs to be seen in order to progress. So give me some time. All right. In the meantime, let's mark down the digits in some more restricted rows, columns, or blocks. For example, in column 6, the missing digits are 3, 5, and 6. This cell sees 3, so it's 5, 6. This cell sees 5, so it's 3 or 6. The digit 2 in block 9 is forced into one of these two cells. Sorry, this cell cannot contain a 2. Hmm. Oh, it's this cell. Okay, once again, I'll use the same technique. First, mark down all digits 1 through 9 and eliminate the ones that the cell sees one by one. So the cell sees 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So the only digit that the cell does not see is 1. So I must put 1 into this cell because no other digits can go into this cell apart from 1. So in order to avoid empty cells, I have to put 1 digit into this cell, which the only possible digit is 1. So I have to put a 1 into this cell, which eliminates 1 from these two cells. Now look at column 9. Column 9, 1 is still a missing digit, but these 3 open cells see another 1. But 1 still has to go somewhere in this column. So 1 is forced into this cell, because this cell is the only cell available for 1 in this column, which makes this 8 and 1 to complete row 7. These 8s force the digit 8 into this cell in block 6. Um, I'll just mark down 2, 4, and 6 as the missing digits of block 9. These ones point up. 2, 3, and 4 are the missing digits of column 3. This cell sees 2, so it's 3, 4. This cell sees 4, so it's 2, 3. Okay, so after 1 is placed into this cell, I can then force the digit 8 into this cell in block 8, followed by the 9. And then these 9s force the digit 9 into this cell in block 5, which eliminates 9 from these cells. And then look at row 6. 3 is a missing digit, but cannot go into these two cells. So in row 6, the digit 3 is forced into this cell, which makes this cell a 2. This 2 points back up, eliminating 2 from this cell, making this cell a 2. 1, 3, and 6 are the missing digits of block 1, but this cell sees 1 and 3. So this cell must be a 6, making this cell 1 and 3. So this 1, 3 pair eliminates 3 from this cell, because no matter which cell 3 ends up in, this cell will see both of them. So this cell is made a 4, which makes this 3, 4. This cell, if it's not 1 and 3, it must be a 6 to make up the missing digits of this column. Column 2 is missing 8 and 9. But this cell sees another 8, so I can place the 9 and 8 to complete this column. 3, 5, and 6 are the missing digits of block 8. This cell sees another 6, so it's 3, 5, and 3, 5, 6. Oh, it's this one. No wonder why it seems weird. Okay, so this one points up to force the digit 1 into this cell in block 2, which makes this 3, 1, 3, 5. This cell is a 6 to complete this column. And now this cell sees 2 and 6, so it must be a 4. This 4 points up, making this 6 and 4 to complete this row, and down here 2 and 6. This 6 points up, so 1, 6, 9. What next? Okay, 6 is eliminated from these two cells, and this cell sees 1, so I can place 1 and 7. 7, 3, and the Sudoku puzzle is complete. Alright, so I finished today's New York Times hard Sudoku in 17 minutes and 36 seconds. So I would say this puzzle is, well, straightforward. In terms of hard difficulty Sudokus, there are definitely much more difficult Sudokus out there. And I feel like this one, if you're a beginner to hard Sudokus, this one is a good puzzle for you to train on. I'll go over the key spots as a quick summary. Of course, all pairs and triples are a must-know technique in hard Sudoku. So all pairs and triples are, of course, important. But other tricky spots, which might include the mini X-wing formed by the placement of 4 in these cells. This mini X-wing eliminated 4s from the open cells in block 3 that are in columns 8 and 9. So I could place 4 into this cell in block 3. Or, instead of seeing the mini X-wing, instead of using this technique, you could have also just directly look at column 7, and this cell ended up being the only cell available for 4 in this column, so I have to put 4 into this cell for this column, for column 7. So either the mini X-wing or just the column. Both are fine. Both will get you the 4 into this cell. Alright, then later there were some singles, such as the 2, the single 2 in block 8 at the intersection of row 7 and column 6, the single 2, and also the this 1 in block 4, the 1 at the intersection of row 5 and column 3, this 1 was also a single 1. So I feel like these were the key spots. Let me know if I missed any other tricky spots, or if you would like me to go over anything else, or if you have other questions or difficulties, feel free to leave them in the comments down below. I'll try my best, and I'll be glad to reply you. Hopefully this video helped, and it's a good hard Sudoku puzzle for if you are a beginner of hard Sudoku. So this one, I mean, it might be just the right difficulty, but I would say slightly more straightforward. So yeah. Today is October 9th, 2024. In this video, I've solved Wordle number 1208 and New York Times hard Sudoku for today. I'll see you all in tomorrow's video. Bye!